Hello and welcome to today's video. We got a lot of news, including multiple injury updates for you today. Firstly, I'd like to thank you guys for selling out issue number 4 of my magazine. Issue 5 is up for pre-order on the mxnetwork.com or link in the description. Those orders will be sent out later this week. It's only $5.99, so go snag one. On to the news, we'll be looking at the bloodbath that occurred at the MXGP of France this weekend. So many riders got injured, so we'll be giving you the updates we have so far. Then we have footage of Red Bull KTM rider Cooper Webb back on the bike. Our final stories will be regarding the legend Jeffrey Herlings and his second moto DNF this weekend. And lastly, the Troy Designs Red Bull GasGas fill-in rider has been announced. Let's get right into it. At this weekend's MXGP of France, many riders got hurt. Some are out with major injuries, others just bruises and sprains. But we're going to look at 3 of the worst confirmed injuries we have so far. Firstly, MX2 class points leader, Jago Geerts. Geerts has been having an awesome year so far. I mean, it seriously breaks my heart to see this happen to this kid, but hey, things can happen. The Monster Energy Yamaha rider was battling in the front of the pack in the Ram qualifying race on Saturday. I believe he was running 3rd, and only a couple laps in, he hit some major braking bumps going downhill and went over the bars. If you haven't seen the video, here it is.
Come up!
Geerts immediately retired from the race, and upon further medical evaluation, it was determined that Jago fractured his left wrist, forcing him to sit out the race weekend. Geerts has since gone home to Belgium to see his orthopedic specialist to see what his next steps are going to be, whether he'll have to undergo surgery, and his return timetable. Obviously, none of that has been announced yet, but within the week, I believe we'll have the information. The next injury update is for standing construct Honda rider Paul Jonas. Jonas has had kind of a rough year. New bike on standing construct team. They're on Honda now. So he obviously had an injury earlier in the year. I think a hematoma that really was rough for him. But anyway, he seemed to be finally putting things together with the team. And unfortunately, this weekend, his season has come to a halt. Jonas had an incident in practice for the MXGP of France where he landed in a sort of soft spot. I mean, the whole track is hard packed. So when you land on a soft spot, it's going to really screw things up. He ended up landing in a soft spot, tweaking his thumb. I believe his right thumb. He ended up immediately retiring from the practice and going straight home to his doctor. Today, Jonas has given us a further update. Unfortunately, he tore a ligament in his thumb, and as you can see in this picture, the swelling is insane. He will have to have surgery, unfortunately. I believe this Thursday he'll be doing that. This sucks for Paul's. I mean, I was really hoping this kid could kind of bring it back. He was starting to put everything together. Hopefully, I was hoping he could improve on that new bike and the team, but now it's just time to heal. I mean, whether or not he'll return to racing this year is unknown. That's a pretty bad tear right there by the looks of it. And then our final injury update from this weekend's MXGP is for Red Bull GasGas rider Mattia Guadagnini. Mattia just earned his career best finish 2 weeks ago in Spain, so the swing of emotions from then to now must be insane. In the Ram qualifying race on Saturday, he actually crashed the first time, but managed to walk away safely. Unfortunately, he wouldn't be so lucky the second time he crashed. In Moto 2 of the MXGP of France, Guadagnini had a crash only a few laps from the end of the race. This crash resulted in a broken humerus and needed surgery. Now, I couldn't find the video of it, but it obviously was pretty bad. He ended up undergoing that surgery today, and we're happy to report that everything is fine. Guadagnini said in a post from the hospital, quote, "Surgery went well, little bump on the road, but it's part of our sport, and we can just look forward to be back soon. Track was sketchy and dangerous, rode all weekend trying to go home safe, and just needed 5 more laps, but thanks, everybody, for the support." I hate to see a guy like Mattia, who was having a record year with breakthrough rides, have it just taken away like this. But I am happy to see that he seems to be in good spirits. I wish a quick and speedy recovery for all of these guys. Get well soon. It sucks to see so many guys hurt in one weekend. Next story of the day isn't really a full story. I mean, there's not much info that came with it, but I figured I'd report on it anyway. Red Bull KTM rider Cooper Webb, who got knocked out of the Supercross series a few weeks ago due to a concussion, is back on the bike as of yesterday. Although he didn't give us a proper update or game plan for returning to racing, he did provide us with some riding footage. So here it is, the first footage of Cooper Webb back on the bike. So yeah, I mean, awesome to see Webb back on the bike. I'm a little confused because I believe he originally reported after he got hurt that his doctor told him to stay off the bike for 6 to 8 weeks. So his recovery must be going better than expected for him to be back on the bike only 3 weeks out from concussion. Anyway, I hope he's recovering fine, and hopefully we can see him back soon. Our next story is another MXGP one, this time regarding Red Bull KTM rider Jeffrey Herlings. Herlings had a great start to the day, battling up front the entire first moto and working his way to a fantastic second place finish. The second moto was a different story though. Herlings again got off to a decent start, but things went downhill fast. Only a couple laps in, Herlings had a very odd issue, and that issue is a broken goggle strap. So yeah, basically his strap broke and the goggles began falling off his helmet. I personally have never seen this, so it was pretty bizarre to see. He ended up pulling into the goggle lane and grabbing a new pair, obviously, losing some spots. Upon re-entering the race, he would be forced out of the race and only a couple laps later with another very odd issue. As you can see in this picture, he bent his foot peg really far down. They never really caught where he did it or how he did it, but I've never seen that. So yeah, not Jeffrey's weekend, that's for sure. He ended up getting a DNF. Hopefully he can bounce back from this in the coming weeks. He definitely took a huge points hit with that one. Herlings is now 24 points down from Jorge Prado. He was tightening that gap, but this weekend kind of screwed that up. So hopefully he can get that tightened up again in the coming weeks. All right, final story of the day is regarding the announcement of Troy Design's Red Bull GasGas' fill-in rider. As you know, Pierce Brown is out with a broken hand and will be missing the first 4 rounds of the Lucas Oil Pro Motocross Series. A couple days ago, we reported that Phoenix Honda rider Caden Braswell left the team on good terms. Well, it was for good reason, as he will be filling in for Brown on the factory GasGas team. In his rookie AMA season, Braswell made 6 main event starts and recorded finishes of 12th, 20th, 17th, 12th, 10th, 15th, en route to finishing 18th overall in the 250 East standings. But Braswell is no stranger to the GasGas bike. In his final season as an amateur in 2022, Braswell competed on the GasGas, earning the Nicky Hayden AMA Motocross Horizon Award at the Monster Energy AMA Amateur National Championship at Loretta Lynn's. Caden Braswell said in today's press release, quote, "I'm looking forward to racing for Troy Design's Red Bull GasGas in the first 4 rounds of Pro Motocross. My goals are to do my best, and I'm excited for the gates to drop on the 2023 season." It's really awesome to see a rookie offered such a good fill-in ride. Hopefully he makes the best of this and opens up some eyes. Maybe next year we'll see him offered a proper factory ride. Good luck to Caden Braswell. Well, that's all the news I have for you today. Thanks for watching. If you're on YouTube, hit the subscribe button. If you're on Spotify, follow. Don't forget to head to the mxnetwork.com or click the link in the description to grab my magazine. It means a lot to me, and I'm thankful to all of my supporters. See you guys in the next news video.